All right, everybody, welcome back to the Heath Barn. Hope we've all had a great day. This episode, language alert. Katt Williams is back. He's giving his thoughts on the NFL Week 15 slate of games. So he and I, mostly he, goes through every game, gives his thoughts on every game from Week 15, with the exception of Monday Night Football, which is going on right now. But he's always fired up in there. So a lot of fun, very entertaining episode. But again, language. There is language. That's how he rolls. But it's a nice, quick little episode. He gets through all the games pretty quick. But again, a lot of fun. Hope you guys enjoy it. It is NFL Week 15 recap with Katt Williams. So hope you enjoy it. Thank you for listening. Welcome to the Heath Barn. All right, everybody, welcome back to the Heath Barn. Hope we've had a great day. This is a new segment. It might be the only time we ever do it. I'm going to give him a chance one time. But he told me, I let him in here a few weeks ago, and he did the play-by-play for a quarter of Monday Night Football. And he's been bugging me ever since. So I thought I'd let Katt Williams come in here and give me give the audience a rundown of all the NFL games thus far this week. Sunday Night Football just got finished, and so we're a little weekly recap. We still have to do Monday Night Football, so we won't talk about that one, but all the games before that. So we'll see how it goes here. A little trial run. We'll see how he does. If he does okay, maybe we'll let him keep doing it. But anyway, here he is. He's getting his headset on here. He's going to give the NFL Week 15 recap. Here he is, Katt Williams. How you doing, buddy?
Oh, I'm doing great, and I cannot wait. I'm so excited to be here tonight, and I'm going to go over all these games tonight, and I'm going to give all my thoughts on all these games.
You don't have to give your thoughts. Just do a recap, the final score and stuff like that.
I'll do whatever the fuck I want. You need to go, hey, you gave me the opportunity to do this, and I appreciate it, but right now I need you to step the fuck out of the barn, okay, and let me do my thing, okay?
There's the language already. All right, yeah, okay, yeah. I'll just be over here. You do your thing.
Oh, thank you very much. Now we're going to start off with the Sunday night game. It's the Ravens and the Jaguars. The Ravens won 23-7, and it was one of the prettiest game I've ever seen. And here are my thoughts from that game. Lamar Jackson keeps doing his thing. Nobody can tackle that sneaky-ass motherfucker because he just runs and dodges and dives and skips, and everybody tries to tackle him, and it don't happen very well. Keaton Mitchell, our thoughts are with you because you were running very, very well. You ran, and you took a bad step, and it looked like your motherfucking knee just fell off of your body. So I hope that you are okay. We were all thinking about you. Now, from the Jaguars standpoint, Trevor Lawrence, get a motherfucking clue and hang on to the ball. You were the first pick in the draft, and you've been a little bit of a bust.
Hang on. Do you really think it's a bust?
I told you to get the fuck out the room. What you even doing here?
Well, I need to be here to kind of censor you a little bit if I need to.
Well, you're not doing a very good job so far.
Oh, I agree. I know I'm not. But Trevor Lawrence, huh?
Well, if you're the first pick of the draft, yes, I know they made the playoffs last year, but he's been a little bit of a disappointment, I have to say. Tonight, he was running and fumble fucking the ball over the place. The ball, fumbling it, throwing interceptions. He's been a little bit of a disappointment so far, if I do say so myself.
Yeah, a little bit maybe, but anyway, Ravens look tough, right?
Well, yes, they do so far, but, everything is up for grabs and changes week to week in the NFL. That's what any given motherfucking Sunday, like they say, okay?
Yeah, okay. Next game.
All right, but the other game that came on, the Bills kicked the dog shit out of the Cowboys 31-10, and it wasn't even that close, I tell you right now. And James Cook, he's cooking up an ass kicking for all you motherfuckers. If you got him on your fantasy team, congratulations, because James Cook went the fuck off today, boo-boo. And Dak Prescott, you see, look up in the sky. See something floating away there? It's your chances to win the MVP, you motherfucker, because you did not play well tonight.
Yeah, I know. He didn't have a very good game.
I'm just glad that anybody's got C.D. Lamb, it didn't hurt his because he got a little handoff to him and he scored a touchdown. That was very nice, but not a good game for the Cowboys tonight. See, the Cowboys, when they're at home and they're playing on these shitty teams, they just stomp the shit out of all of them. But when they go on the road and play Buffalo, Buffalo just stomps a mud hole in their motherfucking ass. And that's how it went tonight. Josh Allen, way to go. He's hot right now. I tell you right now, if you got a little momentum going right now, he might be a dark horse for the MVP.
I think you're right. I mean, there's like 3 games left. It depends on what's happens, but Buffalo's hot right now, man. They got
rid of Dorsey.
I know. I agree. And okay. James Cook it was obvious how good he was, even when they had Dorsey, but they wouldn't give him the ball enough. Do you agree?
Oh, I agree. James Cook's a badass motherfucker, okay? And now, after they got rid of Dorsey, I don't know the name of the guy who's the offensive coordinator right now, but I know that he's giving the ball to James Cook, and he is cooking with it, okay? And he is a badass motherfucker, okay? The Bills, they're dangerous right now. They're 8-6. They're not. If the season ended today, they would not be in the playoffs. But you know what? That's why they play 17 games. Okay, so here we come. Here comes the Bills. Dude, ain't nobody want to play the Bills from here on out. I'm telling you right now, boo boo.
Yeah, that's good. Okay. Next game.
All right, well, the Los Angeles Rams beat the Washington Commanders in an ugly-ass game, 28-20, okay? And Stafford did what Stafford does. Cooper Kupp's back. Cooper Kupp is back from the dead. Everybody wants to talk, if you were that good for 2 or 3 years, and you have about 5 or 6 bad games, everybody says, oh, is he washed up? Is he hurt? Oh, let's drop. Oh, I'm gonna bench him on my fantasy team. Man, shut the fuck up. It's Cooper Kupp, motherfucker. He's been one of the best wide receivers in the NFL for about 5 years now. If he has a few bad games, you gotta ride that shit out. And he's back now. He had a badass game tonight. He had over 100 yards and a touchdown, and the Rams won, even though it was not a very pretty game, I do have to say. And I'll tell you something else right now. Sam Howell, I keep his motherfucking ass on the bench because Jacoby Brissett came in and backed them back all the way. Do you agree?
Yeah, Brissett was good, and he actually got the ball to their best receiver. That's important.
It ain't brain surgery, you dumb motherfuckers. You get the ball to your best player. Terry McLaurin is your best player. Give him the ball. Sam Howell does not know how to do that shit. He just runs around and flings it up in the air. You don't know what the fuck's going on. You bring in Jacoby Brissett, a nice veteran there, who's steady veteran. Would you agree?
Steady veteran. I think that explains it very well. He strikes me as a guy that the Jets could have tried to trade for, or teams like that needed like a.
Oh, I agree 100%. I do not know what the Jets. My goodness gracious. Trevor Siemian. You give me about 2 weeks to work out, I could get in there and throw the motherfucking ball better than him. And Zach Wilson, it's just a nightmare in New York, and it's not my business, but how do you not trade for somebody? You got Jacoby Brissett, Ryan Tannehill.
Well, I think he was hurt at the time.
Don't put words in my mouth. I don't give a shit. I'm just saying they could have done something. Joe Flacco tearing shit up for Cleveland. Could have brought him back, but no. Let's go with Zach Wilson. Somebody needs to look the Jets in the eye right now and say, hey, look, it is okay to have a first-round bust, okay? There have been many over the years. Ryan Leaf, bust. I mean, there have been so many first-round draft picks that are this ain't what the fuck, and it's okay. It is okay. But don't keep digging the hole deeper by keeping the motherfucker there. Just get rid of his ass and get somebody else in there because you got a team that's good enough to make the playoffs.
It's true. Well, kind of well said. You're kind of just yelling, but.
Well, I mean, how you going to have Zach Wilson and you got that Boyle motherfucking Trevor Siemian? Yeah, Joe Flacco last year. Now Joe Flacco's in Cleveland. Yes, he had 3 interceptions today, but he threw for 370 yards and they won the game, and that's all that matters.
Yeah. We're not to that game yet, though.
I'm just giving a little preview. Let's go to the next game. So the Rams beat the Commanders 28-20. Now, next game right here, we got the 49ers beat the Arizona Cardinals 45-29. Was never in question. 45 points coming from the 49ers right now. It's child's play with these little motherfuckers. They just, I guess Debo's going to score here. I guess we'll let McCaffrey score here. Get a little Ayuk over there. Get a little bit of Kittle over there. It ain't fair. And your defense is a bunch of badasses too. Like the 49ers got to be the favorite to win the Super Bowl right now. I will tell you that much.
Yeah, probably.
And they're playing the sorry ass Arizona Cardinals. Although I do know that they do have they got a nice little young tight end, Trey McBride, who's very good.
He is indeed.
They try hard, I think, but no, they were no match for the 49ers. The game was always in hand. The 49ers gave up 29 points, which I'm sure they're not happy about, but they scored 45. And whenever you win by 16, you're doing okay, boo-boo. So, the 49ers just keep on rolling, and the Cardinals keep on losing. Okay, now, we got the Texans and the Titans. It was an ugly-ass game, I will tell you that. 19-16. In favor of the Texans. The Texans just keep on pulling the wins out the ass in the last second with field goals. Last second field goals. How many games this year have the motherfucking Texans had with a field goal on the line at the end of the game? And then they could have been better. The one doink hit the goalpost, but it seems like every game they win. It's a 3-point game or something's coming down to the end of the game. But the Texans won again tonight, 19-16 without C.J. Stroud. And I think that they're a very young, exciting team. And they won with Case Keenum's old ass tonight. He's throwing the ball to Noah Brown. He's chucking it around. Not a very pretty game. The Titans, Derrick Henry did not do shit.
Yeah, that's true.
He did not do shit. DeAndre Hopkins didn't do shit.
That's true.
Will Levis, hey, somebody needs to grab a hold of Will Levis and say, hey, look, you Pat Benatar-looking motherfucker with your headband. Slide, you dumbass. You will get the shit knocked out of you. You're going to be knocked unconscious, and you're not going to be able to play for the rest of the year. Slide. Quit thinking you're such a badass that you can just dive into all those tackles and get tackled by those guys. Slide like the rest of the quarterbacks in the league, you dumb motherfucker, because I tell you right now, what's going to happen, somebody's going to scramble your brains, and you ain't going to get to play no more. Okay, boo-boo?
All right. You might be right. He needs to. He's a little too fired up, and
slide, you dumbass.
Yeah, I agree.
So 19-16 Texans over the Titans. Titans kiss your season goodbye because you are 5-9 now, I believe, and the Texans stay alive at 8-6. And now we're going down here, and now we're gonna go down. Oh, we're going up. We're going down. We're going to go to the Jets and the Dolphins. The Dolphins kicked the shit out of the Jets 30-0, and bye Jets. Bye. Season's over. I talked about you earlier. Zach Wilson got hurt and they brought in Trevor Siemian. And Trevor Siemian? No good, boo-boo. He can't play. You can go to a local high school somewhere in New York and get a motherfucker off the street. Do something. It is not good. You guys fucked up this whole season. You never had a backup playing for Aaron Rodgers. He's 38, 39, 40 years old, whatever the fuck he is. He goes out there for 2 minutes and tears his Achilles, and you ain't got a backup playing. You should have had Joe Flacco backing up his ass the whole time. Instead, you bring out Zach Wilson because you keep on. It's just like anybody else. Every other team, it's like, oh, wait. It's like in baseball or any other sport. I traded for this guy. I think we got ripped off. I don't think he's worth a fuck, but I'm going to keep on playing him because I want to prove myself right. No. Admit you fucked up and just let him go. Let Zach Wilson go. He'll be banging all y'all's moms soon anyway, so just let him go.
Okay.
30-0. Tua. Oh, go Tyreek. No problem, boo-boo. You got Jalen Waddle going the fuck off today. You got Raheem Mostert with 20 touchdowns this year. It's an amazing season for Raheem Mostert.
That's true.
And the Dolphins just kicked the shit out of the Jets 30-0. Okay, now we're going to go to the Chiefs beat the Patriots 27-17. Patrick Mahomes has not had a very good year, but today he did okay.
True.
I blame the Chiefs ownership. They ain't got no help. You ain't got DeAndre Hopkins was a free agent this past year. You could have brought in DeAndre Hopkins. He could give Patrick Mahomes something. You got Rashid Rice is turned into a great young wide receiver, but you ain't got shit else. You ain't got nothing else. You got Travis Kelce, and he's starting to look old. He's starting to look all P-whipped with Taylor Swift. He's got his mind on other shit.
You don't know that. Maybe he's just getting older, you know.
Well, I don't know, but either way, you tell me. Look me in the eye and tell me that's not a distraction for the team. Having all the Swifties and all that shit all up in your face all the time.
I don't necessarily think it's a distraction. I just think that one thing I think is Bieniemy's gone and Matt Nagy's there. Matt Nagy, last time you heard from him, he was the Bears head coach, and he got shit canned, and now he's the offensive coordinator for the Chiefs. And I know that Andy Reid makes the final call, but I'll tell you what, man. Nagy, probably, that's not a great look for him, the offense being this bad this year.
You know what? That's some deep thinking right there, John. And I do agree, because, you got Matt Nagy. I saw the sidelines today, and Matt Nagy was over there covering up his face with his giant laminated paper with all the plays on it and shit, talking to Andy Reid. And that's the first time that crossed my mind. I thought, you know what? If that motherfucker's got any kind of control over the offense, this all makes sense because the Chiefs' offense this year has not been good, and they've gotten 30 penalties this year. They're 30th in the league in penalties this year. They got so many penalties. They've gone to shit on offense, nonetheless they are 9-5, and they are going to keep on going. They'll make the playoffs, and it wouldn't surprise me at all if they end up. I think. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off there, but I'll bet they're. I don't think they'll get home field through the playoffs, but they'll probably be like a wild. Well, yeah, I bet they have to play a road game. But we'll see what happens. Well, even if they do, they're the Chiefs, and nobody don't count those motherfuckers out. But I will say this: it has not been a smooth sailing this year for the Chiefs. I will tell you that right now. It has not been smooth sailing.
I concur. Okay, next game.
All right, now this may seem like a baseball score, but it is. Hey, by the way, well, the Carolina don't got no baseball team. The Carolina Panthers beat the Atlanta Falcons 9-7.
Yes, they did.
You talk about some ugly ass shit right there, and you couldn't pay me enough to watch that motherfucker. I was watching Red Zone, but I'll tell you right now, if I had that local television and I had to watch that game, I'd rather watch motherfucking Days of Our Lives than watch that bullshit because that was the most boring shit I've ever seen. But I will say this: a couple things that happened. Nope, nothing exciting happened at all. Nothing. 9-7. Panthers won. 2 wins. Falcons. You know that guy, that Falcons, Arthur Smith? Yeah, Arthur Smith, that motherfucker's dad's a billionaire. I tell you right now, get your motherfucking ass out of here. Quit coaching. Bijan Robinson, you didn't do shit with him for the first 7 or 8 games. Now you got him out there, and he's doing okay, but he fumbled a couple times today. You know what, right now, you should have put his ass in there. You got 3 motherfucking players drafted in the top 10 the last 3 years. And that one of them's a running back, one is a wide receiver, and one's a tight end. And you're never giving him the motherfucking ball because you can't. You're too stubborn. You're too stubborn. Your daddy's rich. You're stubborn. You're stupid. Get the fuck out of the NFL right now.
That was a little harsh. It's a little harsh. I may have to edit that.
Well, come on. You got all these offensive weapons, and you score 7 motherfucking points against the worst team in the NFL.
Well, did you see the weather? The weather was horrible.
Who gives a fuck? 7 points against the Panthers. I don't give a fuck if there's a hurricane on the 50-yard line. You can score more than 7 points against the Carolina Panthers. Thank you very much. You got Kyle Pitts, Bijan Robinson, Drake London, all top 10 picks. What in the fuck is going on? You don't deserve to win any games if you can't beat them.
I agree. Okay, I agree. You don't need to get that worked up, but
I'm sorry, but Arthur Smith is not. I hate his mustache too. I like to grab that mustache and yank it off his motherfucking face and feed it to him.
Oh, boy. Okay. Easy. All right, next game.
Well, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, Baker Mayfield threw for about 8,000 yards today. He did a great job, and the Buccaneers beat the Packers 34-20.
Yes, they did. Nice. Anything out of that one?
Rashad White has been a great, very, very good running back all year, especially for fantasy purposes. Very, very underrated. He is like a top 5 to 7 running back all year. Jordan Love did okay, but the Packers just got so many rookies, so they can't, and they do okay. But the Buccaneers, they came out on top today, 34-20. Both teams are kind of in the middle of the pack, but the Buccaneers are now officially winning that division. They're in the first place in that division, the shittiest division in football, but they are in first place nonetheless.
Very good. Okay, got a couple more here.
What we got here, the Saints kicked the shit out of Tommy DeVito. Kicked his ass 24-6.
Now, you know why I like Tommy DeVito so much.
Yeah, he went to Illinois last year. I get it. Yeah. Hey, you didn't give a fuck about him until about a month ago, though, motherfucker. He played for Illinois last year. And he had a good year playing for Illinois. Then he goes and he's the 3rd-string quarterback all year. He gets thrown into the mix, and all of a sudden he has a couple good games, and all of a sudden we're all doing the beebity-bobbity-boobity-bobbity-bobbity, watching Sopranos and doing all this motherfucking shit. His agent shows up in a fedora and a necklace and all this motherfucking shit, and everybody wants to crown him king of New York. It's like the motherfucking Linsanity about 10 years ago. It's all bullshit. The glass slipper. It's midnight, motherfucker. You ain't going to do shit. You got beat by the Saints 24-6. You got Derek Carr throwing 3 touchdowns.
True. You're fired up.
Chris Olave wasn't even playing today. You got 3 touchdowns. It was just a Methodical ass kicking by the Saints today, 24-6. And now let's go to the next game. Oh, we got the Browns and the Bears. Yes, we do. Joe Flacco back from the dead. It's like that gif with the motherfucking Undertaker coming out of the casket, okay? Joe Flacco is back and he is whooping that ass. He had 3 picks today, but he also had 2 touchdowns, threw for 374 yards, and the Browns beat the Bears 2017. Justin Fields, run the motherfucking ball a little bit, okay? You did not run enough today. You did not have a good fantasy day. You give the ball to DJ Moore as much as you can, but as far as that, you got to run the ball, buddy. Boo-boo. You got to get the ball down the field. Yeah. But it was not, I would say it was an entertaining game, but it really wasn't, because it was low scoring and kind of ugly. Weather was bad. Justin Fields did not run the ball enough. But even at the very end, he threw that Hail Mary, and Darnell Mooney could have caught that motherfucker, and the Bears would have won the game, but he did not catch it. True. Any other thoughts? You need to take a breath for a minute? No, I'm just saying right now, the Browns, they got that Flacco magic going, boo-boo. 9-5. Joe motherfucking Flacco, he won a Super Bowl. I got a question for you. You look through his stats throughout all the years for the Ravens, won a Super Bowl, threw for a shit ton of yards, and now he's back and he's doing his thing. What are your thoughts on Joe Flacco being a borderline Hall of Famer? I dig it. You know, he's had a great career, had a great run for the Ravens, and again, like you said, won a Super Bowl. And he was not like one of those, it wasn't like one of those Super Bowls like they won when Ray Lewis and Trent Dilfer was the quarterback. I mean, Flacco had to make a lot of plays. It wasn't like your defense dominated the game and you were just like a game manager. Like, Flacco was a hell of a quarterback for a long time. And it's crazy that he's back and doing this stuff. I mean, he's older and he makes mistakes, but he also, I mean, my goodness gracious. Like, he's saving the team right now, just having a competent quarterback that can get the ball down the field. So I think it's great. Well, I've always loved Flacco. He's quiet, does his job, doesn't say shit, and I've always liked him a lot. So I'm happy for him. And you never know. I mean, you know, he's got a ring, and he's got the number. He's got really good numbers because he's played for a long time. So we shall see. Okay, well, thank you for not committing one way or the other and basically giving me an empty answer. Okay, so now the next game we're going to go to yesterday when the Colts whooped that ass against the Pittsburgh Steelers 30-13. Got a motherfucking Minshew doing his thing, okay? Now, the Steelers, Mitch Trubisky, that's a good example, Jets. Mitch Trubisky was the second pick in the draft. He ain't worth a fuck. Neither is Zach Wilson. Just admit it, okay? Quit playing him. Quit throwing him out there. Just admit your mistake and let him go somewhere else, or let him go home and start or get into family business. So maybe his dad's a plumber or some shit. I don't know, but get him. Mitch Trubisky was the second pick of the draft, just like Zach Wilson, okay? It is okay to admit your mistake. Mitch Trubisky was a bust. If Mitch Trubisky was a 5th-round draft pick, he'd be a bust. It just so happens the Bears had their heads up their asses so far, and they passed on Mahomes and Deshaun Watson and wanted to trade up to get Mitchell Trubisky. Sorry, Bears fans, but it is a fact. Now, he needs to go away, just like Zach Wilson, okay? Zach, go somewhere and be a backup, maybe a 3rd string, whatever. Mr. Trubisky, I don't even know if you can be a backup no more, because it is not pretty when you're out there on the field, okay? So anyways, Mike Tomlin, he just loves it. He's sitting there looking like his head's about to explode on the sideline, but the Colts beat that ass 30-13. Okay, now the last game I'm going to talk about is the Detroit Lions beating the Denver Broncos 42-17. Sam Laporta, Amon-Ra St. Brown, Jahmyr Gibbs, all whooping that ass. Jared Goff looked fucking terrible for several weeks previous to this game, but he threw for 5 touchdowns and they just whooped that ass. Sean Payton was screaming at Russell Wilson on the sideline. Oh, the shit's breaking down now in Denver, so let's see what happens. But the Lions look great, and it was 42-17. Okay, Bobo? So, how long was this NFL recap supposed to be? 5 minutes. How long was it? We're looking at about 23 minutes right now, so... yeah, I felt like it was going a little long. Well, I got thoughts on shit, okay? So, and then tomorrow night we got the Seahawks. We got the Seahawks at the Eagles. The Eagles at Seahawks. I don't know, some shit. And that should be a very fun game too. Oh, and yeah, what else you got? Let's not forget about Thursday night when the Raiders kicked the dog shit out of the Chargers 63-21. And the Chargers coach got motherfucking fired after the game, okay?
Yeah, well, let's not make light of people getting fired. They have, it's a job. Now he's looking for a job.
These head coaches make so much money. Who gives a fuck? He can sit at home for the next 2 years and be a millionaire. Who gives a shit? He came out, and everybody thought he was going to be like Sean McVay and all these other young guys with geniuses and all this shit. Brandon Staley, the last 2 years, did not live up to the hype, okay? And he might be a great guy and blah, 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 blah. But he ain't gone. He gone. And I think they fired other people, too. Did they fire the general manager, too?
I don't know. I think a lot of people got fired, but...
Well, you can't play the Raiders who didn't score a point against the Vikings the week before, and then they dropped 63 on your motherfucking ass. You cannot expect to make it through that week and get to coach the next game, okay? Especially with all the heat that was on you for the last 2 years. So, the Raiders stomp a mud hole in the Chargers, 63-21. And now the Chargers are looking for new coaches, okay? And the only other game was the Bengals beating the Vikings 27-24. Very, very exciting game. Went to overtime. You got Browning. You got all these backups and shit. You got Nick Mullins up in this motherfucker. Exciting game, but the Bengals prevail 27-24.
Yes.
Is that all of them?
I believe it is. Even if it's not, I want you to stop.
Well, I thought I was just hitting my stride. But anyway, so that's the recap of the NFL this week.
Yes. It is. So, besides that, how's everything going?
Oh, it's good. I enjoy watching the football. You might think I yell and scream at the TV, but I don't know. I just sit there and sink in. I just let it all sink in so I can let it all out on the Welcome to the Heath Bond podcast, okay?
Yeah, okay. Well, Katt, thank you. Thank you for your insight. Thank you for doing the recap. We're going to have to shorten it up a little bit from now on, probably. It needs to be like a recap. This was like 25 minutes worth of commentary.
Well, I got thoughts on all this shit. Some of these motherfuckers need to get their shit together because it is boring to watch, and some other motherfuckers are fun, so I got to give my thoughts on everything, okay? It's a commentary. It's a commentary / recap and all that shit, okay, Bobo?
All right. Well, go ahead. I mean, this was so long, it might have to be an episode. Just go ahead and do the sign-off line.
All right, well, that was Katt's Week 15 NFL recap. Hope y'all enjoyed it. And that's that.